Do you know what I love about Kekistan? It's that it's basically a political Rorschach test. Wherever you go, whoever you're talking to, they will project their own politics onto it and tell you what the problem with it is. It's brilliant. For example, if we go to melanoidnation.org, we find an article called The Dangerous Neo-Nazi Cult Kekistan. I can already tell this is going to be a good one. A Racist Craze is Gaining Social and Political Momentum Through Social Media by Kenny Anthony, the man who I presume is most informed about Kekistan, and he is going to give us a lesson. Kekistan is a degenerate social engineering white supremacist cult created by 4chan users. I love that they've got the term degenerate in there. That is amazing. Social engineering white supremacist cult. Why not? I imagine a lot of things are, aren't they? One of the early promoters of Kekistan is a suspected racist YouTuber. A suspected racist. Like suspected witch, presumably. It's only a matter of time until they find that I am actually a real racist, I guess. Named Sargon Vakad. Many would say he's the reason for its popularity, specifically for its emergence on Twitter. One noticeable aspect of Kekistan is their obsession with anime and Pepe the Frog. The character has become so tainted by racists that the Anti-Defamation League were forced, I tell you, to list it as an official hate symbol. Yes, it was possibly the funniest thing of 2016. Ironically, Kekistan gets their name from an ancient African deity, which they allegedly worship, called Kek. You're going to tell me that that's cultural appropriation, aren't you? Stealing and claiming African inventions is unquestionably the norm in the system of white supremacy. White supremacists have relentlessly used cultural appropriation as a deceptive mechanism throughout history, and unfortunately this cycle continues today. Listen, bitch, we're going to take everything you fucking own. Every political concept will be ours. Every cultural artifact will be ours. We will ruin everything you love. I don't understand why they're taking any of this seriously. It must be mentioned that aside from being extremely xenophobic, Kekistanis are devoted to online trolling. Yes, we really are. We will think up really elaborate campaigns of meta trolling that will end up making us laugh at you. This explains why they revere the writing on the Kek statue, which has been interpreted by them as a person sitting in front of a computer desk, which somewhat symbolises their agenda, which is one centred around harassing and attacking anyone that is anti-white supremacy. I think you just mean anti-white, but I don't agree that trolling you is harassing and attacking. I agree that it's very funny, and that you don't like it, and that's the reason that you want to characterise it as harassing and attacking, because you feel foolish, not because you have been harassed or attacked. For centuries, white supremacists have used deception as their primary tool to completely subjugate Melanoid people. Didn't we use guns? I'm just asking. As far as I recall, when I was reading history books, they always mentioned the fact that we had guns, and sometimes steel, and occasionally there were germs involved, but I don't really think we were in control of that. You know, it kind of does look like a person at a computer desk, doesn't it? But anyway, the key principle of Kekistan is meme magic, which is an idea that can only be achieved through social media. That's not true. It's just social media makes it easy. The goal of meme magic is to make political agendas come true. Oh no. By excessively sharing memes, no matter how illogical or racist the memes may be. This concept was used numerously by European terrorist and dictator Adolf Hitler. That's where we got it from. Yeah, the idea of propaganda, yeah, it was only ever invented by Hitler. Hitler invented meme magic. You heard it first. He once stated, if you tell a lie big enough and repeat it frequently, it will be believed. Wasn't that Goebbels? But yes, that's propaganda for you. It is fair to say that Kekistanis are greatly inspired by 20th century Nazi propaganda. Yeah, it was all the Pepes that the Nazis would use. We decided what we'd do is scrub off the swastikas, and then boom, nobody would even know it was a Nazi symbol. Just fucking idiots. I can hardly read this. More importantly, white supremacists claim that meme magic was used to create the deplorable Donald Trump fanbase, so you can thank Hillary for that. And they say that meme magic is what helped him get elected. Although at the time of his presidential campaign, white supremacists dismissed this notion. Instead, they called it a harmless joke which shouldn't be taken seriously. From the Ku Klux Klan to Donald Trump becoming the president, history has taught us never to ignore or disregard anything a white supremacist portrays as a joke. No fun allowed. And everyone's a white supremacist. Especially since Kekistan members were seen promoting Nazism at the Unite the Right domestic terrorism riot in Charlottesville, Virginia. Were they? Wow, that's an interesting picture. We should look at that a bit closer, really, shouldn't we? Need to zoom in even more. Doesn't actually look like a Kekistan flag. I think it might actually be some existing KKK flag that is different, although amusingly similar. There is no way our friends at Melanoid Nation are going to be able to tell the difference there. So this brings us on to the Kekistan code words, which you may not be aware of. They call people that are not racist normies. And no, what are you fucking talking about? Right? All normies are racist. All of them. Every single one. Hashtag yes all normies. Do you understand? You all oppress the Kekistani people. You're all racist towards us. You have to understand you're all racist. You're born that way. You can't even help it. They preach that normies belong to another fictional country called Normistan, yeah? And sometimes Kekistan. No, the cucks come from Kekistan, obviously. The name Kekistan is a play on the porno word cuck, which is an emasculating slur commonly used by white supremacists. I love the way that the first true thing we come to in this entire article is their description of the word cuck. Another popular term in their community is snowflake, a term from the days of World War II Germany, used by Nazi soldiers when referring to the remains of those incinerated in concentration camps. That's not true, is it? This is not surprising because after careful investigation, research has shown that Kekistan are affiliated with alt-right neo-Nazi Richard Spencer. For those unaware, Richard Spencer not only throws the Sieg Heil Nazi salute at his rallies, he also promotes black genocide and white racial superiority based on pseudoscience and ahistoricism. He, Richard, has publicly used Kekistan to support his ideas, which only solidifies the claims of it being a white extremist movement. Checkmate, Kekistan. This is an amazing segue. In modern times, credible historians admit that there were Jewish people helping Nazis conduct the Holocaust. Today, there's an abundance of non-white people collaborating with systemic white supremacy. In the Kekistan cult, there's a black man who goes by the name of Big Man Tyrone, and he is referred to as the president of their white supremacist country. That is fucking amazing. On his YouTube channel, he spends his time regurgitating Fox News talking points in a dim-witted fashion. You mean being paid to make videos that people pay him to make, don't you? Because that's what he does. Though this may sound odd, what must be remembered is that Barack Obama was once the president of the most racist nation ever to exist. So it makes complete sense that a white supremacist organization would have a black man as president, just like a white supremacist country had a black man as president. Many speculate that Obama's presidency was a ploy to create the illusion of a post-racial society. Once that was designed to manipulate and desensitize the masses, so that when blatant acts of racism occur, there's a lack of outrage and immediate dismissal. This would explain the disingenuous camaraderie that Kekistani white supremacists have with Big Man Tyrone. In conclusion, Kekistan is a terrorist group governed by white supremacists. The basis is online trolling, racism, separatism, harassment, violent protesting and neo-Nazism, while downplaying their racism by passing them off as jokes. And then just some random trolls. Kekistan are heavily linked with the alt-right, which makes them a significant threat to the safety of melanoid people worldwide. Well, to be honest with you, we will be responsible for both the black and white genocide, because one day there will be no black people or white people, or people of any other colour. So yes, we are a significant threat to melanoid people. But we're also a threat to the whiteys, so don't worry.